Ethereum has always been more than just a cryptocurrency. While Bitcoin was designed to be digital money, Ethereum was created to be a global computer, a platform where developers could build apps that run on blockchain instead of servers. That idea has changed the game. From NFTs to DeFi to token launches, Ethereum is at the heart of it all. But with all that innovation came problems: high gas fees, slow transaction times, and environmental concerns. That's where Ethereum 2.0 comes in. Now, you've probably heard the term Ethereum 2.0 being thrown around for years. And honestly, it's been a long wait. Some people thought it would be a single switch that happens overnight. But the truth is, Ethereum 2.0 is a process, one that's already underway. So if you've ever wondered what's really going on with Ethereum's upgrade, what's finished, what's next, and what it means for your crypto, keep watching. And don't forget, hit that like button and subscribe so you're always in the loop. Here's what you really need to know about Ethereum 2.0, countdown style. 10th Ethereum 2.0 is already here, but not how most people expected. Let's clear something up. Ethereum 2.0 isn't a future event. It's not some big moment that's coming soon. It already started. The shift began in December 2020, when Ethereum launched something called the Beacon Chain, a separate blockchain running on a new system called Proof of Stake. That chain ran quietly in the background while the regular Ethereum network kept working like usual. Then in September 2022, a major event happened: the merge. Ethereum officially switched from proof of work to proof of stake. That means Ethereum no longer uses energy-hungry mining like Bitcoin. It now relies on validators, people who lock up ETH as collateral to keep the network secure. So when people ask, when is Ethereum 2.0 coming? The answer is, it's already here, but there's more work ahead. 9. It's not called Ethereum 2.0 anymore. Here's something a lot of people don't know. The Ethereum Foundation actually stopped calling it Ethereum 2.0 back in early 2022. The new terminology is the consensus layer and the execution layer. Basically, the old Ethereum, the one that handles smart contracts and apps, is the execution layer, and the new Beacon Chain is the consensus layer, where staking and validation happen. They dropped the 2.0 name to reduce confusion. Some investors thought they'd need to swap coins or move to a new network, which isn't true. Ethereum stayed Ethereum. So even though people still use the name Ethereum 2.0, the upgrade is really a merger of two layers into one stronger system. 8. Energy use dropped by more than 99%. One of the biggest criticisms of crypto has been energy consumption. Bitcoin mining in particular has faced a lot of backlash for using as much energy as entire countries. Ethereum was part of that problem, until the merge. After switching to proof of stake, Ethereum's energy use fell by 99.95%, according to the Ethereum Foundation. That's not an exaggeration. The network no longer requires huge mining farms. Instead, it relies on people who stake their ETH to validate transactions. This change has made Ethereum far more environmentally friendly and opened the door for ESG-focused investors who previously avoided crypto. 7. Staking ETH became easier, but also raised questions. Right now, if you want to help secure the Ethereum network and earn rewards, you can stake your ETH. You need 32 ETH to become a full validator, which at current prices is around $112,000 as of mid-2025. That's out of reach for most people. But staking pools and exchanges let you stake smaller amounts and still earn returns. The average annual return for staking Ethereum is around 3.5% to 5%, depending on network activity and how many validators are online. It's like earning interest on your crypto, but there's also debate about how decentralized this system really is. Platforms like Lido and Coinbase control large chunks of staked ETH, raising concerns about centralization. Still, it's a key part of Ethereum's future. 6. Gas fees are still a problem, but help is coming. If you've ever tried sending ETH or minting an NFT, you know the gas fees can be brutal. At its worst, even a basic transaction could cost $50 or more. While the merge made Ethereum greener, it didn't directly fix the gas problem. That's where the next phase comes in: scalability. The big solution here is something called sharding, a way of splitting Ethereum into smaller chains so it can process many things at once. Think of it like upgrading a one-lane road into a multi-lane highway. Sharding is still in development, but it's expected to launch in late 2025 or 2026. Until then, Ethereum is leaning heavily on something else to manage traffic. Fifth layer. Two solutions are filling the gap. Since the base layer of Ethereum is still congested and expensive, developers have built Layer 2 networks to help. These include platforms like Arbitrum, Optimism, 𝐬𝐶𝐭, and Base. They process transactions off-chain and then settle them back on Ethereum, making everything faster and cheaper. For example, sending tokens on Arbitrum might cost just a few cents compared to several dollars on Ethereum. These Layer 2s have exploded in popularity, and many of them now handle more transactions than Ethereum itself. So while Ethereum 2.0 continues rolling out, these tools are keeping things running smoothly. 4. The roadmap ahead is packed with upgrades. Ethereum's future isn't just about staking and speed. There's a full roadmap with multiple stages, often nicknamed with fun titles. After the merge came the surge, which focuses on scaling. Then there's the verge, improving data storage, followed by the purge and the splurge, all aimed at making Ethereum more powerful, efficient, and easy to use. Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, says the network is only about 55% complete. So the upgrades we've seen so far are just the beginning. Ethereum is being built for the long haul, and the team behind it is thinking years, even decades ahead. Third, institutional interest is growing. Ethereum's shift to proof of stake and a greener profile has caught the attention of big players. Institutions that were once cautious about crypto are now showing real interest in Ethereum. In fact, in May 2024, the US approved Ethereum futures ETFs, which allow investors to gain exposure without directly holding ETH. There's also growing demand for a spot Ethereum ETF, especially now that the SEC has approved a Bitcoin one. If that happens, it could bring in billions of dollars from traditional finance. Plus, Ethereum's role in tokenization, like turning real estate or art into blockchain tokens, is something banks and investment firms are watching closely. 2ETH could become a deflationary asset. One surprising effect of Ethereum 2.0 is its impact on ETH's supply. Thanks to a 2021 update called EIP 1559, a portion of every transaction fee gets burned, meaning it's permanently removed from circulation. Combine that with staking rewards and reduced emissions after the merge, and you get something rare in crypto: possible deflation. Since switching to proof of stake, Ethereum has actually burned more ETH than it has issued at times. That means ETH supply can shrink, especially when the network is busy. Over time, this could increase the value of ETH, making it not just a useful token, but also a stronger store of value. 1. Ethereum is still the leader in smart contracts, but it's not alone anymore. Despite all its upgrades, Ethereum now faces real competition. Other blockchains like Solana, Avalanche, Cardano, and Polkadot are offering faster speeds, lower fees, and new features. Some developers are building on those platforms instead. But Ethereum still has the largest ecosystem, the most developers, and the most apps, by far. What makes Ethereum special is that it's always evolving. It doesn't just sit still. The community behind Ethereum is massive, global, and constantly improving the technology. So while newer blockchains might win in speed today, Ethereum is focused on building something more powerful and resilient for the long term. So, what's really happening with Ethereum 2.0? The answer is, it's already happening. The network has gone green, switched to proof of stake, and started laying the foundation for a faster, more scalable system. The name 2.0 may be gone, but the vision is still alive, and it's shaping the future of crypto as we speak. If you're an investor, a builder, or just someone trying to keep up, now's the time to pay attention. Ethereum is changing right under our noses, and those who understand where it's going will have a huge advantage. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. We've got more content coming to keep you ahead of the curve in crypto and beyond. See you in the next one.